Hi guys, I'm the Pink Guardian, and it is my mission to watch every single Doctor Who episode and give a review on it. So, the first episode I watched was The Unearthly Child, which was one of William Hartnell's very first Doctor Who episodes, and actually I thought it was pretty good. I liked the way the black and white made it feel kind of sinister, because we see the actual TARDIS in a scrapyard, and the way they did that I thought was brilliant. However, when they went on to the school, Barbara and Ian, I just didn't feel anything from them. I just didn't like them to begin with. They were too concerned about Susan. However, Susan, I thought, was brilliant, because in one of the clips where all three of them are actually in the classroom, you get a sense that Susan is the more dominant one, because when she says some things to them, they sort of like, okay, yes, miss, and they have to leave the classroom before she even sets out. So I thought that was just brilliant. Then after that, they sort of move on to following her, and I just didn't like that bit, following her. It just seemed a bit too over the top, really. It's not something people would do, but never mind. In the scrapyard, the lighting they used to sort of show some of the items, like when Ian looked round and he saw a clown, and that was really scary. I must admit, that scared me a little bit. But when we first saw the Doctor, he was a bit shifty, which was interesting. But overall, he was pretty rude to them. As if, yes, I know they kind of like pushed in on his area, but it was a bit rude for my liking. But that's how he grows, and everybody loves him like that. But when they actually finally get into the TARDIS, wow, his TARDIS it's cool, because you've got these roundels on the walls, which make it look very effective, and a variety of different artifacts just on different pedestals. I thought was very interesting. And the way that the Doctor and Susan actually react to Ian and Barbara, they're sort of like alien-like, talking as themselves as higher beings. And I thought that was quite good, because they're not actually humans, so. But when he sort of started to say about keeping them there and how evil he went, I thought it was done very well by William Hartnell there. He sort of was putting the fear in them, saying, "You're not going. I won't let you. I don't want you to spill our secrets." It sort of really gave a sinister effect. And as they actually travelled, as the TARDIS moved through time, the way they used the lights to simulate this, I thought was excellent, because it's very hard in the period they did it to sort of simulate that. So I thought that worked very well, and how the episode ended with that cinematic shot of just the TARDIS on sort of like a wasteland, I thought was brilliant. But one thing I had the problem with at the end is I loved how Ian was just spurred across the floor as if he's hit his head, but Barbara was just placed on a chair perfectly. It was sort of, I can't see her going, oops, on the chair perfectly. It just doesn't work. So that episode, because I'm going to give all episodes a score out of 5, and being 5 the best and 1 the worst. And I would give that a 4 out of 5, because it was really good. But it doesn't make me go, yeah, that's great. That's great, that is. So after I watched that one, because that is the first part of 4 episodes, because the whole episode is actually called 100,000 BC, but everyone refers to the first episode as the Unearthly Child. So the next 3 episodes was based back in the 100,000 BC, as I just said, and there was cavemen. And when I first saw the cavemen, I thought, wow, they do look like cavemen. They were all in their skins, had rough faces. But when they started talking, I just couldn't see them as cavemen anymore, because they were talking fluently, and that just sort of ruined it a little bit for me. But they did look like cavemen, nevertheless. the way they did the locations for the actual scenes, I thought were really realistic. Like the wasteland, it looked really good, that did. And inside the TARDIS, the Doctor and Ian were talking very good scientific sort of language, which really excited me because you sort of felt, wow, this is time travel. It's like, cool. And I like the fact that Barbara was so open-minded. She was, saying, oh, but what if this is true, And the fact that Ian was so closed-minded, was like, no, this isn't true. It sort of worked well. I thought that the way they did that was quite well. I loved, it was sort of the props they used as well. So like in the one clip where they're looking at a skull, it looked really good. I'm assuming it'll be a real skull because it looked like one. It was very, very realistic. But the best bit was when he said, his name's not Dr. Bourne, but Doctor Who. And I thought, oh my God, he's just said Doctor Who. In the second episode, I was like, oh my God. I had no problem when the Doctor sort of vanished. Susan, she went overreacting throughout the whole sort of last 3 episodes. Both Barbara and Susan were overreacting to like the little thing. Oh, Grandad's gone. Oh my God, I can't find him. And there's, oh God, what's that? There was a noise there. Oh my God, oh my God. I just thought, whoa, calm it down. They were screaming. It was like, ooh. And near the end of that episode, they were all stuck in a cave. The cave was Skull, something like that. And the skulls in it, I thought, really did do a quite good effect. It really sort of made it sort of sinister. But in the 3rd episode, you get a different side to the Doctor because he starts actually being nice to Barbara, and Barbara notices that. She's like, why are you trying to help me? And I thought that was really nice. But when you watch it, you see the cave girl, who's the girlfriend or something to the main caveman. She gets very manipulative. She sort of whispers in his ear and tells him, you're the leader. You need to do this. A leader would do this. And I thought it was very manipulative of her. But when they came to the woods and the forest, I thought really they did a really good job with the scenery there because you felt you were in a real forest. Which was nice, and you had all the realistic sounds. And the lion. Oh, and when he got maimed, like attacked by the slime, the fact that you didn't see it gave a lot of sort of suspense, and you're sort of thinking, oh my God, what's happening? And you could see their faces, and you're like, oh, it must have been horrible. It was the way they did that. I thought instead of like using some pathetic sort of thing to simulate it, by using that, it gave sort of thing, which is there. And the fear, when they were like scared, you could feel they were scared, that they weren't pretending. You could feel that they were really scared. And going back to the caveman, he was just a complete, like, he was a pussy, He was letting a woman sort of tell him what to do, He didn't want to fight, he wanted to make fire, which was a bit rubbing with your hands. That's a bit silly, I don't know why. But, like I said, the props they used were really good, because they saw a boar's head, which, when I saw it, I was like, whoa, what was that? It was, like, very realistic. But the Doctor, he sort of, he really puts himself first at the moment. That's how I get from him. He put himself first. If he doesn't get his way, he like in the shot, he tried to kill the caveman with a rock and try to smash his head in, which I thought was cool because it was like funny, but you're sort of thinking of a self-centered man, but he's an old man, so you have to let him. But in the final episode, the Doctor plays a trick on one of the cavemen, which I thought was really good, by saying, this rock this rock is not used. Show me a rock that was used. And he goes, here, look at mine. Mine's better and there's blood on it. And I thought that was a very neat way to trick him. And then he starts throwing rocks at him. It was like awesome. And I loved the primitive way of how they actually, instead of the Doctor getting his matches out and lighting the fire like he did with his pipe, which is awesome. So you should bring the pipe back. It's cool. They actually did it with the sticks. Like that was brilliant. But when the two cavemen came together and had that massive fight, it was awesome. They didn't throw their punches. It was literally, you could see them physically like slamming into the floor, pushing down. And I just thought the way they did that was brilliant. And the fact that they got a torch and they put a skull on top, that was quite good. It was interesting. And at the end of the episode, and how, because I liked it how they took you to the next planet, which we don't know where it is. I have no idea. But how it ended when he said, "Oh, we'll check the radiation," then it goes, and I was like, "Oh my god!" But overall, I would give the episode a 3 out of 5 because though it was good, it's still, I wouldn't call it like a memorable episode. So I hope you enjoyed my review, and I hope you look forward to my next review. Bye.